Hello, this is Sheshachalam from Astroguide Mysore. Today we will discuss about the planetary placement of Moon in the fifth house for the ascendant sign of Aries. So this is a series of planetary placements for all ascendants. So it will take a lot of time because it's 9 planets for 12 ascendants. So it's 12 placements. It will take a lot of time. Anyway, so Moon is the fourth lord, progressively being placed in the fifth house. So, what is this progressively being placed? That is, any lord of any sign from a given reference point. Now, the reference point is Aries. So, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer. Now, the lord of Cancer, that is Moon, is placed in Leo. So every time I talk in every video, I'll be giving a new concept or some concept which will be a little different from my earlier talks. So it will not be a repetition. You will understand it if you keep viewing my videos. So when a planet moves ahead, so what is ahead? 7 houses from its own sign is known as ahead. So 7 houses behind its own sign is called behind. But when we talk about moving ahead, we call this as progressive. That means a person will get motivated to do things. When it goes behind, it means it relaxes. He would want to sit and earn, you know. So that is what is the 12th house, enjoy, 11th house, relax and earn rental from money. 10th house, if a planet goes backwards into the 10th house, it is like you do not want a hard working job, you would want a easygoing job, you don't want to do too much in one particular job. So that's how it is. So let us go ahead now. Now you have understood that Moon has gone from the fourth to the fifth. So it is a progressive positive placement for the fifth house. So from the fifth house, it is the second house. And the nakshatras, what in which the moon can be placed, this is because it's for a particular ascendant, Aries. So it falls in the sign of Leo, and the nakshatras are Makha, and after Makha you will get Purva Phalguni and Uttara Phalguni. So Phalguni nakshatra is a huge nakshatra. There are 3 nakshatras like that: Ashada nakshatra, Phalguni nakshatra, and Bhadrapada nakshatra. So all 3 nakshatras are so big that they can be cut into 2 equal parts to make 2 pieces of nakshatras. Like, for example, if they are 26 degrees and 40 minutes in span, so you cut it into equal part like 13 degrees 20 minutes and 13 degrees 20 minutes approximately, and then you make 4 equal parts like 3 degrees 20 minutes each and tell that it's 1/4 of a nakshatra. So Phalguni nakshatra is 20 degrees and 26 degrees and 40 minutes. So if you have 8 parts of it, you will get 3 degrees 20 minutes as 1 part. And half of it is Purva Phalguni, that is the first half. Uttara Phalguni means the second half. Purva Uttara in Sanskrit means first half, second half. So there are 2 Phalguni nakshatras. The first one, Purva Phalguni, is owned by Venus, and the second, that is Uttara Phalguni, is owned by Sun. So here we have Makha nakshatra, that is the first 4 quarters till 13 degrees 20 minutes, it's owned by Ketu. So 13 degrees 20 minutes of Leo sign is owned by Ketu with regard to the nakshatra padas only. And then again 13 degrees 20 minutes, that is 2640, it is owned by Venus, and the last 3 degrees 20 minutes is owned by Sun. So let us understand the placement of Moon in these different nakshatra padas, that is nakshatra quarters. Makha nakshatra has 4 quarters. The first quarter of the Makha nakshatra, because Leo is a sthira rashi, I'll be linking the Navamsha, how to do Navamsha and everything in each videos, some this and some that. So I'll keep giving you some intricacies of how to link. Because it is the Sthira Rashi, Leo, the Navamsha starts from the ninth from it. So the ninth from Leo is Aries. So if it is starting from Aries, Makha 1 will fall in Aries. That means for Aries ascendant, if moon is placed in the fifth house in Makha nakshatra first pada, it will fall in the Navamsha of Aries, which is a beautiful position. Why? Because you got the fourth lord sitting in the fifth house in the D1 chart, coming back to the Lagna in the Navamsha, giving rise to a Raja Yoga. So that is a good Raja Yoga. This is for education and good house and good vehicles. So because that is the fourth lord, because fourth lord represents Vahana, Matru, many other things. So every time this gets repeating because that signification will not change. So that's getting posited in the Aries. The second pada, that is Makha 2, will be posited in Taurus. That is also an excellent position for moon because it falls in the Mula Trikona Sthana, or it's also the exaltation position because 0 degrees to 3 degrees of Taurus is an exaltation position for moon, and from 3 degrees to 30 degrees of Taurus it is Mula Trikona position for moon. So it falls there, and it's the second from Aries, fantastic position for moon. And also we see the next level of progression. The first level of progression, I'm talking about progression today, I don't know why. Anyway, moon from the fourth going to the fifth itself is a progression in the D1 chart. So now, from the fifth, where is it posited in D9? This is all high level. We call it as Rashi Tulya and Amsha system. So from D1 to D9, if we count the number of houses, it has gone 10 houses when it is in Taurus. So from Leo to Taurus, it is 10. So this person, this native, who has a moon which is the fourth lord, Sukhasthanadipati, that is the lord which gives you happiness through luxury, is placed in the fifth house, which is a beautiful position for moon, which gives even spirituality, creative thinking and imagination. And now that being placed in the 10th from it in the Navamsha will give happy, good, posited job. So you now know how to link it. This is just one example. I'll now go fast through the nakshatras and their characteristics and significations and factors which they, fructify when moon is placed there. So sharp and intelligent, if it is placed in Makha nakshatra, they are very good in grasping knowledge, and they have a beautiful imagination, and that is why my wife has written out of the box thinking. These people have the edge over others because they don't do the same job the same way every day. They keep improving, they keep searching for improvements. This is what is required in companies. They don't want people who simply do the same job every day. They want people who can improvise. So this is a beautiful position of moon in Makha nakshatra. In Pubba, that is in Purva Phalguni nakshatra, the other name of Purva Phalguni nakshatra in short form is called Pubba. So they look beautiful, they sing beautiful, their art is beautiful. Moon itself is an extremely good planet for languages. So they have excellent poetry skills. For this is for Aries Lagna minded. So Moon in the fifth house is very good, having good poetry skills, artistic skills, imaginative. They are good in architecture. They are good in landscaping planning. As the fourth house Moon also gives landscaping and planning. So it's a good house for fertility because the fifth house is for the ovaries and the sperm. So it's a very good placement of moon in Pubba nakshatra, fourth pada. Usually the fifth placement of moon is considered very happy and good. So Uttara nakshatra, that is the last pada of the Leo, it will fall, let us count, starting from the ninth, that is Aries, in the sign of Sagittarius. So it is what we call as a 5-9 combination of the fourth lord. The fourth lord moon is sitting in the fifth house from Aries, and it goes to the Navamsha of Sagittarius, which is the ninth house from Aries and fifth house from Leo. This is again an excellent combination for going into deep, research. But these people are little stubborn. They do not, simply take everything easily from people. So they have a little bit of apprehension when it comes to simply mingling with everybody. So they have authoritativeness. That's because they will have achieved. That demarcation of achievement can be seen in their behavior. So the fifth house moon for Aries is a good placement for abroad travel, for regular travel, for achieving good education, good placement for the mother. Matrumula Dhanaprapti Yoga is also seen in a quite a simplistic way. Why? The fourth lord has gone to the second from the fourth. That means mother is rich and mother will provide, and the fifth usually will give a good, what we call as a property from mother. So Matra Mulat Dhanaprapti Yoga, that doesn't always mean that the fourth lord is always in the second house and it gives you a lot of money. If the fourth lord goes to the fifth house also, then you will get good luxury cars, good money from mother, good support, financial support from mother, which is very important. So these are some of the placement and advantages of moon in the fifth for Aries. So thank you very much for today's class.